Good evening, welcome back here for the second game in the Excellent Moscow Cup. We're gonna have Relax, you're doing fine, up against RoX.KIS. It's a best out of one. It's one game. We're still in the round-robin group stages for this tournament, of which there's 11 teams, and the top 4 will move on to the LAN finals in Moscow, Russia. So, still a lot to happen, still a lot of games to be played as well, including for Relax and RoX.KIS. This one right now, of course, once again, I am joined by G-Advance. G-Advance, welcome back.
Yeah, good to be here. Should be an interesting game. The thing I'm most glad about is Naga Siren's ban, because whilst it's interesting to see now and again, I feel like that hero has been creeping up on us more and more so far, but it seems like the bans are becoming a little bit less stale. I mean, in the last game we saw Ancient Apparition, who had been a first ban hero, get all the way to 4th pick, and Dazzle... Did we see Dazzle? I don't think we saw Dazzle either.
I think.
Dazzle did get banned, but even so, it seems like teams are now taking a little bit more time over what they ban here, but Relax, surprisingly, actually going into bonus times just to go for their second ban here. They've already got rid of the Lycan, but this should be an interesting game. Both these teams still definitely in the running for the for that LAN finals, like you talked about, but Relax, they can't afford to lose too many more games. They're kind of on the cusp, 4-3 right now in the tournament, and 10 games to play overall. So they've only got 3 games, including this one, to go until they know exactly what's happening as far as finals.
Yeah, and they have a bit of pressure here because these two teams actually faced each other earlier today for the group stages of the Dota 2 Champions League of Season 3. Both of the games were won by RoX.KIS though, and that's kind of troublesome for Relax, because not only did RoX.KIS win today, they also won from them on Friday. However, like a week ago, Relax was able to 2-0 RoX.KIS in return, but it looks like RoX is in form today, so we're gonna see if they can beat them again. We do have the Invoker picked up as the first pick, no surprise there. It is one of BCZ's stronger heroes, and we have got indeed BCZ playing that one, and that means that Solo plays something else. Though Solo's Invoker is definitely not bad, don't get me wrong, he actually plays Invoker quite a bit as well, but they have been running BCZ as Invoker lately, so I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna run it this time, as Relax picks up the Shadow Demon, and in that case also denying it from RoX, because RoX has played Shadow Demon quite a bit as well. It's something that you said though, I mean Dazzle, Ancient Apparition, ignored for the moment.
Yeah, it's like some heroes who would... Yeah, Batrider as well. Plenty of heroes in there right now who are arguably first pick, first ban material that some teams just are like, I think we can get away with playing against them now, which is, I think, always nice to see whenever a patch gets to that point where teams are comfortable playing against stuff that a few weeks ago people said is completely broken and OP. So that's nice to see, but like you said, RoX.KIS, right now, they've been... I mean, RoX.KIS, any team with Goblack is always going to be very specific in its style and probably completely different to what everybody else plays. They have been going for BZZ Invoker plus an Initiator, which is similar to what DK have been executing very often, which is in an Exor Invoker plus an Initiator is a very, very strong gank team combo. Normally, if you can, they try and get it with the Centaur, but maybe they'll try and get it with something else there. Slardar is even a possibility, but Relax going pretty standard here for themselves. They pick up the Shadow Demon, which is pretty defensive, and they get themselves a Luna, so pretty much the standard full back on carry hero at the moment. Good in almost all situations, I would say.
Yeah, we've actually seen quite a few Luna, Shadow Demon +1 aggressive tri-lanes, which can work, of course, because of the Soul Assumption and Lucent Beam, just absolutely horrible amounts of damage coming from that one. So there's a lot of possibilities for Relax as well. It all depends, of course, on what also RoX.KIS is revealing here. If they are running that Invoker on a safe lane, I wouldn't be surprised to see an aggressive tri-lane being put against that. Invoker needs his levels, needs his farm, and if he gets shut down early on, then that is opening a lot of windows for Relax here in this game. But it all depends on what else gets picked up, of course. It's good for them that they have got already 2 heroes that can be as versatile as to run them in 2 different scenarios. Hell, we've even seen Shadow Demon Luna mid-hero situations where they went for dual lane mid, so a lot of options still. As Dazzle picked up early on, so we're going to see Dazzle this game, and we're going to see him as a support on the side of RoX.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely so far they have heroes that can be, pretty versatile in their laning stage. They can put that Invoker in the solo mid. They can put him on the safe lane. Generally, we've seen them play it on the safe lane a little bit more. And like you said, they can definitely run an aggressive tri-lane. The bans so far, though, RoX.KIS seem to think that Relax will run defensive, because generally when we see Axe picked up, he's more often than not a jungler, but he's been picked up in a lot of different roles, even in the off lane, sometimes even mid. So drafts are pretty open right now. I mean, that's just the way the drafts happen at the moment, with the only 2 first picks, but Mirana banned out by RoX.KIS, that's pretty much something you're forced to do. Whenever a team picks Bane or Shadow Demon, you're almost forced to take out the Mirana, because otherwise you pretty much just sack an entire lane to only 2 heroes, and generally you only want to sacrifice an entire lane if the enemy team are committing 3 heroes to it. So the fact that they could just commit 2 and still lose the lane completely no matter what is a difficult one to go with, but yeah, pretty open for both teams so far.
Hey, you know which hero I'm missing in the previous game especially? I think Mirana got completely ignored in the previous game.
Yeah, some teams just don't want to run her, and that's the same with pretty much any hero who's very reliant on a skill shot, although Mirana is, not completely reliant on her arrow. Starstorm is very good effective damage, and once she gets a couple of items up, she does do very good damage just from the sort of outside edges of the fight, because she's very long ranged, and of course she's very good at kiting. But yeah, some teams just don't seem to want to run it and Relax now. They pick up Nature's Prophet. This seems like more of a traditional late game sort of lineup than what we're used to at the moment, which is definitely much more aggressive. I mean, I joked about it before. The EMC is like the tournament where there's the most kills, because it's all Eastern European CIS teams where they just fight all day.
They definitely do justice to the whole CIS Dota concept. Nature's Prophet Luna, I kind of like it as well to be a bit more aggressive. You do have that Lunar Blessing that can make you go pushing fairly early on, and if you got a disruption, even some Lunar Illusions can help you out. So that's going to be something interesting to see that if Relax is going to do that. And with now Leshrac picked up as well, who of course has got the setup in the Shadow Demon in terms of disruption, followed up by Split Earth. This could definitely be active early on and still be very strong later on, because you said it's like a traditional late game carry or late game lineup for which we saw it a lot like 2 months ago. But early potential, definitely there as well. RoX.KIS, so far, they've got Dazzle, Ancient Apparition, the supports that are supposed to be buying the time, not even the space, buying the time for Invoker to get his levels up. Buying in time for a Spectre to get his farm up. I am not sure if Spectre and Dazzle are going to be enough for that. They have got some nice counter pushes, though, of course, with the Shadow Weave as well as with the Ice Blast. And Spectre is one of those carries that can just press R and Chaos comes and might be stopping a push there as well, regardless or not if she haunts in or not. So there are some potentials, but RoX.KIS, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on their mid hero to really do well and to really be able to not need any specific items, just go start fighting early on, or start making sure that Relax is not gonna have the peace of mind to actually go in and try to do something. And I say mid, but I actually mean offlane, because of course we've already got Invoker picked up. And with Spectre picked up, Invoker will be mid.
Yeah, and I think this is actually a very dangerous moment for RoX.KIS here. I think, honestly, the most important thing for RoX.KIS right now is that Relax don't go aggressive tri-lane, because if they do, Shadow Demon, Leshrac, Luna, they can instantly kill off one hero. We saw it in the last game. It was slightly different, where it was Avenge instead of the Shadow Demon, but it's basically the same idea. You initiate with the Shadow Demon, you follow it with the Leshrac stun, and then the Luna comes in. Anybody that's in that situation, particularly an Ancient Apparition or a Spectre, who are notoriously weak in the laning stage. Ancient Apparition is great for buffing up his allies, but he himself does basically nothing other than, he's a kind of range creep, and Beastmaster is an interesting pick here for Relax, but that said, if Relax don't go aggressive tri-lane, RoX.KIS have immense mid-game here with a Spectre on their team, Ancient Apparition, Invoker. They have a very global lineup, and Clockwork as well now, as their last pick, is a very long-range initiator, who's also very good versus Nature's Prophet. The same can be said of Spectre as well. So I think this is a very even and interesting draft here, actually.
Yeah, and the Clockwork also is one of those heroes that doesn't need items, just needs his level 6, and he can have a gigantic impact on the map. So I really like that one as well, coming out for RoX. Basically pulls the drawing board even again. Relax has got a game plan, I guess, with the Beastmaster. it's a hero that you don't see that often anymore. It's a hero that we're probably going to see... Well, are we actually going to see this mid? Because I think we might.
Yeah, he makes most sense as a mid. He's definitely still a very capable and strong mid hero. He's similar to DK in a lot of ways in that he's basically there for a lot of utility. On a lot of teams, he's a bit more utility-based than DK. He's got a very, very strong stun. Obviously, it's not up as often as DK's, but it's a lot stronger. And he loses pretty much every lane matchup he's in, but he's also not bothered about that. It's a little bit surprising for me more than anything, just because it's Tame My Wild. And Tame My Wild, for me, has always been... Like, his top heroes are like Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit and TA. Heroes who are very snowball-based. And Beastmaster, much more of a tempo controller.
Yeah, I fully agree. So it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive he can actually be on this hero. Hopefully for him, it's going to be very aggressive. I mean, if a Beastmaster gets... Basically, it's all about the roar. So if a Beastmaster gets a good first roar and actually gets a kill out of that, and he can basically ride that success train through the game, then he can be insanely scary. If he starts falling behind, he's going to be nothing more than a disable and a hawk, basically. Maybe a slow also with the boar, but it's
look at this positioning from these teams right now. RoX.KIS were hiding near their ancients. Relax, going straight into the enemy jungle. And I think that sets it up, is that right now... Relax are so much stronger than RoX.KIS, who are incredibly weak because they're held down by the fact that they have one of the weakest laning heroes in the game, the Spectre, pretty much on the same level as Void, and this could be dangerous here.
He just wants to place
the
ward.
Can they get the initiation? He's just trying to place the ward.
Yes,
he kind of knows, but...
Disruption coming out,
Goodbye.
Split Earth, and the damage, they block him in. That's first blood right there. I mean, there's no getting out of that combination. You talked about it earlier, and it's just that scary. First blood already happened.
It's a simple first blood. I mean, it's slightly better for them to get it on the Dazzle than it isn't to get it on the Spectre, because he doesn't have to spend the money to TP back. But even so, I mean, look at this. I said before, if they go aggressive tri-lane, it's very difficult for RoX.KIS to do very much. That said, they do have the Clockwork matched up versus the Nature's Prophet. He's a pretty strong counter towards him. If the Clockwork plays too defensively, he can maybe lose the lane, but he's very capable versus it. And of course, BZZ on the Invoker should win his matchup versus Tame My Wild.
Yeah, let's take a look at who is playing what exactly. As for the top lane, Relax was getting some...
Damn, that damage.
That damage indeed. Disruption just...
But they don't have any burst is the real
actually
problem.
the dagger? No, it's only level 1 dagger.
No, it's... This is the issue for them, is that they don't have any way of actually getting a kill in this lane. They have great harass, though. Well, not the Spectre. The Spectre does nothing.
So, Haruhi...
That's Windex.
I was going to say, that was actually Windex, yeah. So that's going to be Windex playing the Leshrac. We've got Dread on his Shadow Demon. We've got Yoki playing the Luna. And this is a try versus try. So this is going to be one of the lanes where I'm going to spend most of my time with my camera. And perhaps here as well. Disruption comes out from Dread, though, to stop the initiation on Yoki here. To stop the damage on Yoki, rather. Dread takes quite a lot of damage for it, but... successful there. Taking a quick look at mid lane, we have got Tame My Wild on the Beastmaster. Not expecting him to die anytime soon. And on the bottom lane it is Shaklo playing that Nature's Prophet up against a player that knows Nature's Prophet in and out as well. So this is, like, that's one of the most tougher things that I can imagine there is. Like, you're playing against... As a Nature's Prophet, you're playing against a player that has one of the better Nature's Prophets in terms of aggression plays, which this definitely is.
And he's on a hero counter as well.
And he's a hero countering your hero. So he knows exactly what you want to do and how to deal with it.
Yeah, Seedoy is struggling a little bit just because, I mean, the thing is Nature's Prophet does put out so much harass in the lane, but anyway, up on the top lane, although it's an initiation here again.
Oh, killing touch coming out.
Missed stun by the Leshrac there. That's an issue.
It is. Although I think that if Godlike was going to get his chilling touch off anyway, that was quite scary. Look at the damage that already does. And Leshrac has only got one tango left. Like, he's out of salves because he already was harassed so much earlier.
Yeah, Relax need to go for another kill soon here, and they need to get their second kill because the fact is that's what this lane is here for. It's very good at killing. It is not a great farming lane, especially, I mean, you never want to sit passively in an aggressive tri-lane.
True.
That's pretty much a rule. Even when you're shutting down a Spectre, which, I mean, it's one of the worst heroes to be on when you're being shut down. Speaking of which, it is solo. He's going to be on that Spectre here up on the top lane. His supports is Goblak on Yot and Yol. Goblak on the Ancient Apparition. Yol. Oh my... I can't speak anymore. Yol is going to be on the Dazzle. BZZ is perfect, playing under the name as 633. He's in the middle lane here. Going Quas Wex Invoker, actually.
Oh, wait a second.
And last but not least, Seedoy Clockwork.
Yol is in some trouble. Edict and getting chased down. There's
he
really
hasn't got
nothing
Grave as well.
do.
Nothing that you can do there.
Oh.
Yeah, he's feeling sad about that, but at the very least, maybe it's a few more seconds where Solo can hit some creeps, but it won't last long.
It definitely won't. It's good though, because you mentioned it. They need that kill, and yeah, they need especially experience. I mean, it's great to get farm. They actually get decent farm on the Luna, to be honest, and they are indeed shutting down Solo. But experience is going to be hard to come by. On the bright side, RoX.KIS is going to look...
Sorry.
Well,
the thing is, RoX got themselves an early pull-off as well. So experience-wise, things were going in the favor of RoX.KIS, but yeah, now it's definitely back towards Relax.
Yeah, and they blocked the camp now as well, so at least the supports of RoX.KIS will get a bit starved as well, just like the supports of Relax.
Oh, Seedoy on the bottom lane. He's got a haste rune. He's going for Shacklo here. He doesn't know where he was though. Oh, so close.
If he had his battery assault turn on,
he was gonna use it then, and he cancelled it after just as he saw the Nature's Prophet TP out. And that's all the Nature's Prophet can do in that situation. It's about the best situation. That's about as well as things can go for the Prophet. Otherwise, he's guaranteed.
Oh, mid lane. Tornado setting up for something here on Tame Wild. The cold feet coming out, but it's going to be the right clicks of the Ancient Apparition with Chilling Touch to get the first blood. Nicely done. Good rotation of Goblak. Used the smoke for that as well. First kill on the board for RoX.KIS with that one. And it's an important kill as well, because it's a hero that you want to shut down in terms of experience. I mean, farm, fair enough, you know, he'll get it at some point, but you do not want to get in level 6 too fast. So slowing down at level 6, slowing down that roar is going to be the most important thing, and he was close to level 6, but now BZ is level 7 instead.
Yeah, as much time as possible they need to get it, because Tamer Wild, as soon as he rotates with this Primal Roar, that's pretty much someone guaranteed dead. The only one who might not die to it is if he goes to the bottom lane and roars the Clockwork, and let's be fair, there's not even much point roaring the Clockwork, so I doubt he'll do that. He'll probably just go up to that top lane and go for Spectre. But speaking of which...
Top lane, Spectre in trouble. Split Earth coming out as well. That's going to be one grave coming up for Solo. Is it going to be enough for him to stay alive? He tries to dodge it. He should be able to make himself... yeah, he's going to live through it all. Goblak walks in though, and he's going to be the one to die instead.
Oh, but BCC? Maybe he can catch one, but no, they're too far off.
Oh, the poison! Oh,
Luna
poison not close enough. That Shadow Poison from Dread could have been scary there, but nope, doesn't reach him. And he gets a heal from Yol as well.
Middle tower is under attack.
He needs a heal because he's got no tangos left. He's no regen left. And
he's gonna go back to
this is the problem.
And I mean,
this is the problem with Spectre. The hero does nothing in the lane. It's just a big melee creep. It's with fancy looking skills. That's about it. In the lane, it does nothing.
They might not have killed him, you know, they don't get the extra gold, the extra experience, but making Spectre walk all the way back and forth to the base...
It's not like he's fast either.
And it's not like he has money for a teleport scroll. I hope to God that his team buys him one, so that he doesn't have to sit in base waiting for his gold to come in. He has boots, I mean, that's great and all, but... Trouble for him, actually.
He's level 4 as well.
Yeah, oh, Nature's Prophet
this is incredibly difficult for him.
Nature's Prophet coming top. Shacklo, he wants to make something happen, but there's a dire ward there, so they did see him.
Spectre might just go bot now, and the Clockwork might TP and counter gank this. If he does, this could be a very dangerous situation, and yeah, Clockwork is going to be coming top now.
There need to be more people coming in, though.
And they're sending everybody to deal with this. They really want these kills, but Relax are just going to back off, and Shacklo, he's going to TP out, and wow. That's a big investment from both teams there as far as time and money, but RoX.KIS kind of spend a lot more. The big thing is the Seedoy didn't get that kill there, and I almost feel like Solo coming in kind of ruined it. Yes, it's nice because he really wants to be involved in the kills, but as soon as he comes in, it gets a bit obvious.
Tame Wild is in trouble. Disruption actually will keep him safe, and now in comes Dread, in comes also Windax, and that's already Goblak gone. Roar up on Invoker, and BCC will drop as well, 2 dead. Hookshot coming in from Seedoy. He tried to save his teammates, but is not able to make anything happen. He might be in some trouble himself. In comes the Sprout. Cannot go anywhere. Cannot eat a tree. Tries to do what he can, but a Split Earth and some axes will chop him up. That's going to be 6-1 on the board. And Relax is really getting some revenge from their game earlier, it seems.
Yeah, I was just about to say, they're getting revenge for this because they are dominating this game for the moment. And I really feel like it's down to draft. The problem is that Spectre is an incredibly hard hero to run in your draft. She's amazing because she's one of the best mid-game and late-game carries that you're going to get as far as damage output. As well as that, she's great for getting pickoffs in the mid-game because you just use Haunt and she instantly gets herself at least an assist, sometimes a kill, maybe even more. Sometimes she can get multi-kills, but she's useless in lane, and that she's proving it here. She can't do anything. She's still only level 5. She's getting completely shut down. She's got 12 CS. That's it. And that's with Goblat constantly helping her out and putting the chilling touch on her, and they can't even contest this lane here. I mean, Relax back off, but only because the tower's getting close to deny, and it actually is in deny.
BZ's coming in, he's got a tornado, and he's got 4 points in wax. This
crucial moment.
This could be their way back.
This is really crucial. They need this to work out. They have the clockwork coming in as well.
Yeah. Nature's Prophet is actually going to go away. And that's good for them, because he's got teleport on cooldown, and they're going to go for 2 EMP to follow up. In comes the hookshot, they want to go for Yoki, but he gets disrupted, so he's alive for a little while longer, as we do see already Leshrac dying. Luna trying to run, doesn't get her Eclipse off, and will get picked up. They get the clockwork in return, but RoX.KIS made that one worth it.
Hugely important kills for them, and that is the problem that they've been having, is they hadn't had enough people at the point of attack there. Clockwork coming in, sadly he did go down. The defensive disruption there just made it that meant he just couldn't quite get the Luna, and he had to dive that little bit further, but they'll do a significant amount of damage to this tower. They're not going to probably get it. Actually, it looks like they're kind of committing to getting it, but even so, they get 2 crucial kills there. They kill off the Luna especially, who was farming it very well, considering she's in an aggressive tri-lane. And I mean, overall, farm is very much in favor of Relax right now. Same goes for the kills as well. And they'll get the deny on their own tower, which is nice, but that's about it.
Not yet. Oh, the night.
Yeah, there it goes.
I was thinking about the Tower of Relax, but that one... Oh, God,
sorry.
Shacklo!
I didn't explain that properly.
What are you doing, dude? Finds Godlike Cold Feet, forces Shacklo out, but Godlike is still stuck on the Sprout. BZ will be coming in, though, so that's going to be enough for Shacklo to back off as well. And I think with that teleport
it seems like they thought there was more people there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like they thought there was more people there.
He looks to go for a kill, but BZZ,
though.
surprise, BZZ, surprise Invoker. The Boar still chasing down Godlike, slowing him down as well. In comes Aurora. Axis will be getting the kill if he wants to, but the Grave keeps him safe. A hookshot misses. Tamar Wild might still be in some trouble, as Haste Rune is still there though, and it should be enough for him to actually get something. 71 seconds cooldown now on that Roar that he only used to basically force out a Grave. That's a bit of a...
Yeah, he only managed to get a Grave out of that, but the great thing is this duking there. He ran around with a haste rune, managed to dodge the tornado as well, and that's the crucial one, because if you get hit by a tornado, your rune does get dispelled, and in that situation, you die. I mean, Beastmaster's a fairly tanky hero. He's going for a mech, but he was going to die there. So, very, very nice for him, but he, at the very least, he sort of messes with RoX.KIS and gives them less time, and that really is the crucial thing, because if RoX.KIS do manage to get just a few core items and get towards that mid-game, they are way more dangerous during the mid-game. With Spectre, with AA, they have so much initiation, so much global power as well. Even the Clockwork and the Invoker too. They have so much range on their spells, but they're just not getting any items right now. No. That's the real issue. Even Seedoy hasn't got that much, and he had probably the easiest lane out of all of them. I mean, Invoker can do well versus Beastmaster, but not if you have to go cross-Wex build when your damage is just too low then.
Yeah, it's just the problem is that they all, apart from Clockwork, need items just to be actually very useful, or at least for supports they need levels, more levels than what they have now. Both the supports are still level 5. Talking about that, Leshrac is still level 5 as well, but Shadow Demon is level 7, so that's a big difference right there. And he actually, Dread has a Force Staff, so...
I was just about to say, ouch. He's a Force Staff. That's huge.
That is huge.
Like, this is 12 minutes into the game. A Force Staff at this stage is completely the difference between getting kills and not getting kills to the side of RoX.KIS. And this is a great defensive item for them. It's also great initiation as well, because Dread now, he can force that forward, he can go for the disruption or go for the purge.
Like
he's going to go for the disruption
like
here.
He actually did. Hookshot will miss. Espadurth will actually miss as well. Yeah, Dread is not even going to get a kill. Dread's going to get picked up right there, and in comes Tima, or BCZ rather. Goes for a tornado, and actually, wow, I missed Leshrac being tossed up in the air. I thought he was further down, but Leshrac still dies. I was going to say, he couldn't be that fast, but... Yeah, Leshrac dies as well.
Important double kill there.
Oh, very much so. That's it. That's 2 supports by themselves on the wrong, quote-unquote, side of the river. And just getting picked off because they were greedy, basically.
Yeah, and it really does feel like the biggest part of their team right now is the Invoker and the Clockwork. If they get good initiations off, we saw it on the top lane. They were very far behind at that point. It was like 7-1 almost, maybe even a little bit worse than that, or a little bit better than that, but they managed to get themselves a couple counter kills, and they're on the bottom lane as well. Again, the enemy team initiates, but Quaswex Invoker, one of the best counter initiations, and now they're trying to go on Yoki here. They're actually going to turn around with Solo here as well. This is a huge kill for Solo. This is a lot of gold going to him.
Yep, nicely done. Invoker gets the gold actually, but Solo gets to be around. Split Earth coming out, misses actually on BZZ. Doesn't have a roar, does have a mechanism actually, which is okay-ish, but not if he gets hit by the ulti. No, he does not. But without that roar, he can't really do all that much. And at this point, BCZ is just too fast to actually chase down. So they have to find a different point of entry. And I mean, at some point it was 6-1 in kills. It's now 7-6. That is a huge difference. And this is RoX.KIS' lineup starting to get online. Goblak might still be in some trouble.
And this is them without any items as well.
Yeah, Goblak will actually live. It looks like a nice disruption though, keeping Shacklow alive for a little while longer. Looks to be enough. A roar coming out on Goblak. Is there enough damage? The Grave will keeping him alive for a little while longer. Cedo hookshots in though. In comes the Eclipse. Lurshrak killed off. There he goes. Solo actually with the gold. That's the only death so far, as Goblak is still trying to run away. Gets an Urn Charge as well, and Shadow Demon gets killed off by the Flare of the Clockwork. Another 2 supports dead with no return kills, and it was Relax that was the one to start the initiation. A wasted roar. This is starting to go downhill very fast for Relax. Their advantages, fleeting.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, like I said, I was just previously saying it, they don't have any items on RoX.KIS, and already their lineup is just showing its natural advantage, which is every time Relax try to go for something, no matter where RoX.KIS are positioned, other than the Dazzle, none of them actually have to be on the front line. All of them can get off their important spells from very far back. Invoker, of course, Tornado is practically global. It's so long. Clockwork, the same thing. I mean, a Spectre as well. She can just press R. She doesn't even have to actually reality into those creeps, so she can just haunt them. It's a huge difference here for the side of RoX.KIS that they're turning around at this point. Solo, he's still massively behind on farm. He's only got 41 last hits. If you don't get a fast Radiance, this hero does not farm. This hero can only do one thing, which is go and kill, so it's important that his team continue to try and set up those kills, because every time that she haunts in and gets a kill, it's huge for her, because she's not farming fast. She has got the max dagger, which will help a little bit, but otherwise, I mean, unless she goes back for a Radiance now, she's not going to get much in the way of money. But look at the positioning of Relax. This was a team that was completely dominating the game. They won all 3 lanes. They won an aggressive tri lane. And normally, in a tri versus tri situation, whoever wins the tri lane wins the game. And RoX.KIS are completely back in this now. They have a kill advantage at this point.
And they want to find some kills. They do get the vision, but nobody actually gets lifted up. EMP does not clip team out well. He still has a roar as well.
He has got TP scroll.
Yeah, well,
should
he
be okay
use
here.
it. Oh, nice dodge on the hookshot though, and now he knows he can TP away. Nicely done for him. Or not.
Oh.
Or not. Cold snapped and killed, and Spectre gets the killing blow. Very nicely done. The vision, of course, there. And BZZ setting that one up for scary. That was
BZZ and Solo together, just making sure they had the constant vision. All 3 of them coordinated that brilliantly, and that seems to be it right now. RoX.KIS just seem to be way ahead in terms of coordination, and after being beaten down pretty hard in the early stage of the game, Seedoy now has his Blade Mail. We just saw the Force Staff on BZZ, a very important item for me. It's all going to be about what Solo gets next, because if Solo decides to just AFK farm now, he'll get himself a fairly okay timed Radiance. It won't be a fast one by any stretch of the imagination. It will slow down the game pace for RoX.KIS, but it will be more reliable. He could still go, you know, either a Yasha or or just a Diffusal Blade and just try and kill. And there's no Haunt up, but this is still an easy kill for them.
Oh, very easy kill. No hope for him. Nice Nature's Prophet Ultimate bouncing through, but it's not going to stop RoX from doing anything else. As in, well, I actually thought maybe they were going to try for Roshan, but to be honest, perhaps they want to try to go for some tier 1 towers first, because they haven't taken those yet. Although at this point, do they really feel a rush? No, it is Relax that looks for
yeah, Relax needs to be worried right now. And at the very least, they do have Yoki, who has gone the very greedy farming build, but they don't have any stacks up or anything like that, so his farm is not going to be hugely accelerated. By this time, normally you expect a BKB, and he's not anywhere close to this, because this game has been turned around, definitely for the side of RoX.KIS. And Relax they haven't got a kill in forever now, it feels like. And they have a very good pickoff lineup. They have a Beastmaster, for God's sake, which is one of the best initiator disablers in the game, and he's got a mech as well. Their team is dying when they picked up a very early mech on the team. It's a difficult situation, and it's just RoX.KIS just outplaying them and having a draft that's so mid-game dependent as well.
Yeah, I mean, Luna is still getting nice farm, and you still have a Nature's Prophet that's getting decent amounts of gold as well, and of course is one of those heroes that can later on split push. But there is so much counter to both of those heroes that it's very difficult to deal with. And actually, we've got ourselves both Shaklo and Tama Wild getting chased out of the woods again. And actually, this is Seedoy with a haste rune. So if you find someone that someone is dead, the Haunt came out as well. They find Nature's Prophet. There's really no contest for him. At least he gets to throw out his ult before he dies. Seedoy looking for someone else. I don't think he'll be able to find Tama Wild anymore though. But they get a good kill. Nature's Prophet, for the first time, gets surpassed by Servo on gold.
Yeah, this is pretty big because the thing is Relax are going into a sort of emergency mode now, which is try and farm up, try and get what they can on their better late game heroes, which is the Nature's Prophet and which is the Luna. But do they have superior late game? This very strong late game for the side of RoX.KIS. Spectre does not match up that well in the very ultra late game versus a Luna, just because you don't want to have to get MKB on Spectre, and Luna is totally okay with getting that and okay with getting Butterfly. So that's always a difficult situation if you're not a natural MKB carry versus an enemy who has a Butterfly. It kind of feels like a waste, but it's also essential that you get it. So it's an interesting moment, but RoX.KIS again just going for a smoke here, and BZZ with Yol, they're just continuously trying for kills right now. BZZ is setting up everything for them. He's got 9 of his... he's been involved in 9 of his team's kills, and it feels like he's definitely initiated on most of them. Yeah,
that Tornado is really doing some massive work here. They have to be careful. There's 4 heroes mid for Relax who draw on the minimap, wanting to go past the Roche Pit, and we'll see which route they end up taking. I mean, they have
look at this Bracer build from Windex.
Oh! Tornado EMP still going through, but the roar up on Yul might be enough. Can they kill off Yul before anything else? Yes, they can. But Aeol will still at least kill off Dread. Nature's Prophet got the double kill for that, though, and that is entirely worth it.
Absolutely, and Yoki's going to continue going for them here just because he has the DD. Forces out Seedoy.
They're going to push off this.
But the thing is, yeah, they're going to go for this push. They'll get probably the tier 2, but Solo is getting closer and closer to his relic, and this is a Spectre who had nothing in the lane. Literally nothing. No last hits whatsoever, basically. He's getting closer and closer to his relic. He's going to suddenly start hitting everybody harder, and already it feels like Relax are trying to prepare for it, because Windex, I was just saying, he's going for this Bracer build. He's got to earn 2 Bracers, because he knows they need the survivability. Tamo Wild's got the mech as well. That's extra HP, but what's the Shadow Demon got? He's got a 4-star, so he'll die instantly to the Spectre. The best he can do is disrupt himself and hope his team deals with the issue.
Yeah, and this Spectre, I have to say, I mean, he is 403, hasn't died yet, sitting on 4,100 gold, and already he has been involved in so many kills.
It's incredible. I mean, he's great for getting himself involved in kills. You should pretty much always have very high involvement on a Spectre because he's global. But yeah, because you press R and then you're immediately assisting your entire team. But even so, he hasn't died when he went up against that aggressive tri-lane. Is just not just great play from Solo, but great play from his team as well. The Dazzle and the AA really did sacrifice themselves in the lane for him, and he's making up for it now, and he's got another 4,400 gold. He sold the, he had the recipe, but he actually sold it. It's almost like he's still kind of unsure as to whether he wants it or not. After seeing all these braces and survivability items coming out, he might just want something more like a diffusal so that he can actually do damage to the cores. He'll do a bit more damage now, but he won't farm as fast, and that is an essential thing on Spectre, because Spectre, not only a melee creep, but also literally the worst at farming. Just right clicks, and that's pretty much it as far as farming abilities on him.
Yeah, and for now he's already scary as he is. I mean, he's getting protected a lot. He has decent.
He might just get like a straight Manta or something here. He has a lot of gold. He has pretty much his own choice, but I think, yeah, he's going to get the Radiance now, I think. Yeah, it is going to be Radiance from him. Probably the more standard choice. It is a little bit late, but he got aggressive tri-lane again, so this is perfectly fine timing for him. Because there isn't a huge amount of items, and now he can maybe start catching up on the farm of Yoki, who went for that more greedy farming build, but hasn't had an outstanding game since then, and is actually behind him in levels.
Yeah. Goblak is actually still building a mechanism. We've seen this before from RoX.KIS, where Goblak was playing the Ancient Apparition, and they gave priority farm to Yol, who is also liking the Bracer build, by the way. Whoa, Dread, what are you doing there, buddy? Is someone there to back you up? I don't think so. He's running past.
Yeah, but Seedoy, he can't manage to get the hook shot, not with those illusions following him. So, nice play from Dread there to just... Yeah, that's a horrible ward. That's terrible.
I've not seen it before. Look at how angry it looks.
Have you seen... I know actually how you get this ward. Have you seen what you have to get rid of to get it?
No.
It's a ward that you have to get by, like, crafting. And you have to craft, you know, the token for Ember Spirit? That's, like, rare? You have to sacrifice a rare token for Ember Spirit.
Oh.
Yeah, but it looks really cool, the Ember thing. Really good.
Goblak. At least he had a way to eat his way through the trees, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Even if he would have stayed in the trees,
this is going to come online now.
Yes. Leshrac is feeling the hurt of it first. He's trying to do what he can, and actually Solo is taking quite a bit of damage for it. Of course, still able to get the kill. Gets graved as well, and that should buy enough time to kill off Tamo out as well. That's a double kill, while Nature's Prophet died to the Invoker on the sidelines. They went top, got an Ancient Apparition kill, and lost all 3 involved heroes, 2 of which were their cores. So not worth it one bit. This is getting scary, more and more scary by the minute. We have the gold graph still going away of Relax, surprisingly so, but that's mostly because of that Luna. She's still farming really well. At the same time,
the thing is, they're getting towers as well.
Yeah.
That's something that RoX.KIS is struggling with, and not surprising given their lineup, but...
How are they going to go high ground?
As well as that, how do you... Yeah, Relaxer cannot break high ground versus this team. They have a Radiance, a Spectre, one of the best high ground defend heroes in the games. They have AA, they have Invoker, all great high ground defenders, even Clockwork to an extent. And of course, Yol is pretty much always there to just make sure that Solo is able to keep alive in the fight, just as he did in that last fight. So, yeah, I feel like it's pretty even overall. Obviously, RoX.KIS, sort of, the momentum is definitely shifted their way. It's all about Relax have to play this dangerous sort of split pushing game now, and the thing is you don't want to have to try and split push versus Clockwork, because he is one of the greatest split push counters out there, especially if you're an Nature's Prophet, because there's no way you can TP out of there. He practically needs a Force Staff to deal with it, and he's not going to go for that because he's focused entirely on split push. He's not gone for a more team fight orientated build, so yeah, all he's got is the Necronomicon right now. He might go for a Shadow Blade or something, but at the moment, the nice thing for Relax is they're always taking fights on the enemy side of the river, and they're always taking towers, and that's the last outer tower done for RoX.KIS, and RoX have only taken the 1 tower, so it's not terrible as far as situations go for Relax, and it's probably easier as well to execute a Luna than it is to execute a Spectre in the late game, but I don't know, I feel like this game is fairly even, but Solo... It's such a dangerous hero to go up against, a Radiant Spectre at this point, and we saw what she did in the last fight.
That's true. I have to say, like, I don't know. Relax can go, like, the most logical way for Relax to play this out would be, well, they got all the outer towers, so now Roshan, get a pick off or 2 and then go high ground, and they can definitely do that.
The problem is going high ground, though. They can definitely get
a pick off, they can
definitely get Roshan,
then they can go high ground.
Yeah, probably
but that's all going to rely on
RoX.KIS safe for
RoX.KIS.
buybacks. Yeah, if RoX.KIS safe for buybacks, then what can you do? Especially on Spectre, who's probably the best buyback carry in the game.
Yeah, and if they mind their positioning, I mean, we've already seen Relax trying to go for pickoffs, and it hasn't been working out for a while, so that is the most scary thing, I think, for Relax in this game. I mean, getting Roshan, I think they might be able to get that if they make sure the lanes are pushing in, or Nature's Prophet is otherwise split pushing somewhere else, or threatening something else somewhere else. That will be...
Wow, speaking of Nature's Prophet, he's going BKB. That's how bad this game is for him. That is I mean... That just proves it. I mean, Clockwork probably one of the best heroes for doing with him, so he's probably just going to BKB, maybe fight back because he does have the Necro book, but Seedoy is getting his own BKB as well, and that will be a critical item as well, because Luna, of course, with her Eclipse, she does a lot of damage still. She still probably does more than the Spectre, but the thing is, Spectre's now going to farm up items that are... She scales better. I mean, Spectre can hit everybody on the enemy team. That's the really scary thing about her.
Yeah, and she's gonna get tougher and tougher to kill as well. She already picked up a vitality booster, so hard along the way. which, I mean, she did drop quite low in earlier fights, but then there was also Dazzle backing her off. With Solo not dying anymore in fights means that we can have Yul use his Grave on other targets, keeping Clockwork alive, for example, allowing him to initiate a bit more, well, a bit more deep, I guess, if he wants to. He has a BKB of his own, by the way. This is gonna come down to just smart play by Relax. That's the way they have to win this. Brute Force, not gonna be an option for them anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, if you look at their lineup, Beastmaster, not a smart play hero, much more of a brute force hero, just wants to run in, raw somebody, mech, throw out all of his spells, and then just kind of stand there. So, not a great hero for the lineup. The only real advantage they have as far as that is concerned is their Nature's Prophet, who is definitely much more useful for splitting up the enemy team, but RoX.KIS are coming in. They have the Invoker as well, who's a great Roshan fighting hero.
Tornado already got whiffed. Relax was able to dodge that quite nicely. Nice EMP though. Will at least burn away some mana for Timo Wild, but he still has the Aghanims and the Roar. As Solo is trying to burn some people down here. He's gonna go in. They're gonna try and burst down Shrek first. Disruption. Not there for him. He'll go down. Cito is still taking a lot of damage though, and will be forced to turn on his BKB. Gets healed up as well. Roshan goes down to the Dire. Aegis gets taken by Luna though. Turns on her BKB. Turns on the Eclipse. Looking for kills. It is Solo that is already dead. She already got a double kill up on the Luna as well, and he's now trying to run Han back in after the buyback. Yoki running for his life. Can BZ catch up? Looking for a catch up. Force staff is ready on him, and he should be able to catch up.
He's so
there
fast.
He goes. He has the
Invoker.
cold snap. He is so very fast. That's going to be a kill. Aegis burned at least. That is what BZ gets from
They're
that.
going to try again. They're probably going to get this. Evoker has another Deafening Blast up in a second.
Buyback to try and save his life though. Yoki is still going to die. Never mind. The disruption goes on the... on the Spectre. Tornado is going to pick Yoki up, and that should be the killing blow right there. Dread and Shacklo not able to stop Solo or BCC
and
from
both
getting
of them
that
get
kill.
out as well.
Yeah, that is
well worth
sick.
the buyback on Solo. He earns a ton of money from that. If they'd have got that Roshan, Solo would have just completely destroyed that fight, and RoX.KIS would have just stomped all over them. As it is, Relax fight back hard, but I mean, the buyback from Solo just completely changed things.
This is 5 dead for Relax as well. I mean, Shacklo was able to get out in time, but they lose the Shadow Demon, and of course he bought back. And they lose him again. Yeah. Oh, they don't lose him again. I guess that is nice. But they don't lose him
Luna
again,
but
twice.
It's pretty much 5 because they lose the Aegis, which is the entire point of them going there. And
exactly.
Now they definitely can't end for another 20 minutes, basically. Unless they get Spectre when he doesn't have buyback. But Spectre is now going to get another item, whether it be a Manta style, whether it be a Yasha, or whether she just goes for straight heart now. And either way, she's incredibly hard to kill.
Definitely. With the Roche also taken by RoX.KIS itself, like the gold, it's not even, like, it's so not worth it. It's such a shame. We're gonna see the gold graph though. It's still in favor of Relax by quite a large margin, 12k.
It doesn't feel like it though.
It doesn't feel like it at all.
Because the thing is their lineup is so much worse at this stage of the game, and pretty much on from this stage of the game as well, than RoX.KIS is. And the thing is RoX.KIS have those amazing wonder spells
Top
like
lane,
Brave.
BKB and teleport out by Shacklo. That should be enough. The hunt comes in, it's not enough damage though. There is the BKB working out for Shacklo. It's good
look
that
at how much damage the Haunt did to Dread and Windex. Windex almost died.
Mechanism even used for that.
Yeah, they had to mech, they had to disrupt the one of the Spectre illusions. Just so they had a chance. Jesus. And
those bracers
they're going for this
enough.
crazy push in the mid lane now, but they're just going to lose a load of mana. I know the EMP hits 2 of them there, and I feel like they can't push without the Aegis, especially because Solo, he's going to get himself a TP scroll from the side shop here.
But they have so much pressure though, and they know the Haunt is on cooldown, and the hook shot on cooldown for the moment as well, only for 10 more seconds. Nice AA ult. Yoki, you're gonna go home again.
That's their push ended, I think. Even with all these illusions,
well,
even with the Necro books as well.
The illusions and Necro book are doing quite some work. We have Cito almost dying actually. Blade Mill will
he
keep
might
him
still
alive
die
for
to
a little
the
while.
boar.
Nope,
the boar just about
fine.
dies. They're doing a lot of damage here, and this is the nice thing about Relax's lineup and their playstyle as well. They're absolutely relentless. They've been losing fights for a good 20 minutes, and they don't care. They just go at the high ground every single time because they know that every single time they're gaining a little bit more from it than the side of RoX.KIS are, because RoX.KIS, still, tower in the mid lane up, tower on the bottom lane up, hardly taken any damage on either. They still only got 1 tower, but the game is going to late game, and RoX.KIS have an arguably better late game lineup. So I don't know. I'm very worried for Relax.
I'm very worried for Shacklo. Tornado will pick him up, and he is going to be going home in a buddy bag. Nice sprout. Shacklo running with his BKB on. Might be enough, but Solo... Oh my god, he lives. I was going to think like BC is fast enough to...
Sunstrike? No?
Nope. I was invoking a tornado instead.
Yeah, he doesn't know where the Nature's Prophet is going to run. There's a lot of juke spots in that sort of area, so... I
mean, that's already 2 charges of BKBs.
Yeah,
gone
every time
because
he's
Shacklo
used this BKB, it's defensively.
Yeah.
He has to, though, because there's an Evoker and a Clockwork on the enemy team. That's like the worst heroes to play Nature's Prophet versus, because you just can't do anything versus either of those. Your best bet is that you get a load of trees in the cogs with you, and they help mitigate some of the battery assault damage. But yeah, right now, RoX.KIS, they need to start thinking about trying to get the enemy objectives. They've already established that they can get farm on their heroes. Solo practically has his heart right now. He's going to have it in just, one more creep wave practically, and at that point, can Relax kill him without completely dominating the team fight? Can Relax kill him in an even fight? I don't think so.
I would actually like to see, when that happens, when the heart is complete, RoX.KIS trying to take the towers. Oh, wait a second. Shacklo, trouble. There's already a hex up on Shacklo, and I mean, his BKB is not going to save him this time. This time the physical damage from the Spectre was there. Of course, the Hunt is on cooldown for a little while, so that might be an opening for Relax, but without a Nature's Prophet, what can you really do?
No opening
they get a dire
There's no
courier,
opening
though.
with only 4 heroes.
Where did they get that one from? Well,
I swear I saw the courier die here. I'm so confused.
What?
Was it? Oh, it was the Necrobooks.
It was the
Necrobooks hunted it out. All right.
Yep.
Nicely played from the Nature's Prophet there. I mean, if you're gonna die, you may as well die and annoy the enemy team. Solo, he's actually gonna hold out on finishing his heart just for the buyback money here. He won't have Haunt though. I'd be tempted to say he should just buy out his heart, but I mean the big thing is look how many creeps are being thrown up here with the Manta style and the Shadow Demon.
Definitely blasters didn't work.
They can just throw hundreds of Lunas up here.
Yeah, and they will. Why not? The Manta might still be on cooldown, but they really want to get this tower. Nice roar up on BZ. No follow-up though, but he does... Look at the damage! He gets great straight away. They take the tier 3 tower, and this range Rex, they can just slowly tick it down. Oh, careful, Yoki. He is going to be in trouble. Disruption will come out. Tito is already sitting right next to him, though. The cogs don't lock Yoki in, however. And he's going to be okay. Blade Mill turned on by Cito, maybe a bit preemptively. Does some damage to Nature's Prophet with the ultimate bouncing through. Solo still has that buyback. In comes the Hex. Up on Tama Wild. Can they take him down? Eclipse coming out and Tama Wild will live. Cito is still chasing him down, but he's taking a lot of damage from it from Shacklo. And Eclipse will make sure that nobody else of RoX.KIS is going to come in. Lurshrak will still go down.
Coming in after everybody now. They don't have much to deal with him.
Cito dies. That's nice for them. Solo is backing off again, or at least fighting his own illusions after getting disrupted.
Oh, he's going to get Shacklo here, but Shacklo, he's going to try and TP out.
He's going to be able to do so. Nicely done. And while Yul is fighting some illusions or some Necro units, didn't take him down, but at least they were able to burn away all his mana. It turned out to be a 1-for-1, but this is in terms of kills. But with the tier 3 tower down, oh, this is a kill. Okay, it turns into a 1-on-2. This is Aegis Apparition sending his ult on the way.
It is horrible to play a support versus a good Ancient Apparition because they just kill you every single time, and he's going to try and work up towards his Aghanims. The most important thing though for RoX.KIS is buyback, because the problem with their lineup is they're always on the defensive pretty much throughout the game, but Solo, he can have his heart right now. He'll have buyback as well. He can practically just press R and kill people on the enemy team. He can just, kill anybody. And yeah, they do lose their tier 3 tower for it, but RoX.KIS are getting just stronger and stronger every time because Relax, they start the fight, they get a little bit of damage on the enemy base. Maybe it's just 300 damage on the tower. Now they got the killing blow on it, but then they lose 2 or 3 people, and then they back off, and it's like a continuous thing for them. The thing is at what point do RoX.KIS just destroy them in a fight? Because if they get completely destroyed in a fight, that's when the Spectre just rushes at your base.
Yeah. Luckily for Relax's base, there's still a lot of tier 1 towers up. Shacklo is in trouble.
Goodbye, Shacklo.
Yep. Deafening Blast coming out as well. He has a BKB, but really, that's not going to help out.
It doesn't even matter. Once you've been Hex initiated up like that, with the Spectre there as well, you just instantly die.
Yeah, what was in the courier? No, the courier was only carrying an Ironwood branch. Oh, that's the wrong courier. Ah, it was.
Yeah, it was Solo's heart.
That was Solo's heart, yeah.
And he's got a Talisman Evasion on top of this as well. So he's practically invincible right now. 2700 HP, 13 armor, and 25% evasion. Luna, even with her Satanic basically double life, is going to struggle to kill him.
Enough damage. That's her problem.
Yeah,
like,
she just doesn't have any damage really right now. I feel like maybe Butterfly would have been a better choice. The thing is that the Satanic arguably keeps you in the fights for a bit longer,
nice
and that's
roar.
the essential thing.
Gonna buy some time for all the new
ground.
units to be sent onto the racks. We'll get
But look at how Solo's just positioned here. He just stands in front of the racks, the push dies, and then what do Relax do? They've already lost their Necro
Well, they're
books.
gonna go again.
They're just gonna send up more
this time
illusions
the fortification
and balls,
was used, so you know this is going slow, but it's going. So why not? Solo, demonic purge on him, gets force staffed into safety. The boar getting burned to death because he likes it. Apparently, the second boar getting burned to death as well.
They're just trying to do what they can to do as much damage to this tower. Eventually, if you do this all day, you'll eventually get the racks, but does it matter if Solo just comes and kills your team at this point? He might. I think this might be the time. RoX.KIS have to choose their time carefully, but as soon as they
Solo jumps in. Tornado EMP already used up on Tame Him Out. The hookshot hits up in him as well. Weird hookshot. A nice disruption though. Keeps at least Beastmaster alive. Maybe for a roar. No, he'll die anyway. Sprout up on 2, but it doesn't matter. Shadow Demon already bursts down. Cedo taking a large amount of damage though. Will get saved by the grave and live through it all. Shadow Demon and Beastmaster are dead on the side of Relax, while RoX.KIS hasn't suffered any casualties. And now the Haunt comes out. That's going to be enough to at least take over Leshrac with an illusion. They look for Yoki as well. The dagger is going to follow as well. There is a poison
he still has
up on
Satanic
you.
though.
Gets
this
in
could
range.
be dangerous.
Poison.
They don't want to turn around too
Sunstrike
much.
misses, but it doesn't matter. Satanic? Nope, not happening as well. That's a team wipe right there. Triple kill for Solo. Down go the towers of Relax, and this could be the beginning of the end for them.
Yeah, and this is what I was meaning, is that RoX.KIS, they just have to keep on turtling, keep on turtling, keep on turtling. Then their Spectre gets strong enough to just beat the entire enemy team, and we saw it there. The Luna turned around to Satanic then. It didn't make a difference. It was maybe just that little bit too late, but they just go, they're going to take 2 towers now. Yeah, and he doesn't have the damage to kill the Spectre. She got pretty much like 4 beams from her Eclipse then on top of the Spectre, and it barely scratched the surface of him. They mech'd him up, they put a couple of urns on him, I think, and then he just backed straight to full health. He's got the heart as well. And now they're going high ground. 30 seconds ago, it looked like they would never leave their base. And now they're inside the enemy teams.
What's Relax going to do to stop them? Perhaps they can kill Cedo, but even that's going to be tough.
Does it matter if they kill Seedoy?
No. And actually,
they do a
RoX.KIS,
ton of damage there, but
they played very careful. We do have Solo picking up his Butterfly, so MKB is really needed. If he wasn't hard enough to kill before,
and
he's
Butterfly
definitely
is
hard
needed,
to kill right
and
now.
several other items. Yoki is in. This is the problem: is that Luna, you arguably farm a little bit faster early on, but you just need so much to deal with a late game Spectre. Late game Spectre, one of the hardest heroes to deal with because there's so many different things that you can get on her, and she just does so much damage. Looks like Relax are going to try and go for Roshan here. This will be big if they do get it. But, well, RoX.KIS, they have Haunt up in 10 seconds. And it looks like... do they know? Oh, they do know because BZZ is here.
Yeah, they definitely know. Aeol flying in, Deafening Blast already up on 3. BKBs go on, but I'm not sure if it's enough. It might be enough to at least kill off BCZ. They get that one. That's one down. But in the meantime, the Haunt, and that is going to maybe put an end to the rest of the lineup of Relax. Yoki is in trouble.
Yoki's stuck in the pit.
He's going to try to run, but I don't think he can. Gets cogged in, turns on his
Doesn't even
Satanic,
matter if he kills these 2.
And Ghost Man fighting Solo. Now, that's not a fight that you want to be doing for sure. Nobody dead now on the side of RoX.KIS because BZ bought back. They find Tamo out as well, getting hexed up and dead. As Leshrac Windex tried to save him from the high ground by split earthing, but he revealed his position because of that, and will be the 5th casualty for Relax. It's a team wipe.
Yeah, and a huge turnaround for them. The big thing was that initiation. They actually cut off the Luna, got her stuck inside the Roach Pit. Not exactly the ideal situation. She didn't do any damage for the first half of the fight, and in the first half of the fight, she lost her team's supports. That's pretty much it. They lost the Nature's Prophet as well. Now they're going to get the Roshan. It's not exactly the ideal team to do Roshan, but they'll still do it fairly quickly here, and I think that might be the pretty much the end for Relax. They'll have to fight an absolutely desperate fight in their base, and Solo is so much stronger than the enemy team right now. He doesn't even get the Aegis. They don't think he can die. They put it on the Invoker because he can do more, arguably, with an Aegis, because he'll use up his entire mana pool if he gets up all of his spells, and then come back and just throw even more spells out. So, nice decision from them. It's a little bit dangerous because it is still possible for your Spectres to die, but she's so tanky at this point. I don't even know if it is actually possible. She's going to get a full Diffusal Blade up now. She hasn't got buyback, which is dangerous, but I don't know. She's got so much HP. She's got so much evasion as well, and there's no MKB coming up from that Luna anytime soon.
No, it's scary.
And the Luna's the only physical damage dealer as well.
Yeah. And she was on top of the leaderboards in terms of net worth for the entire game until Spectre passed her on a couple of minutes ago. And in the gold graph, it's going back to 0 in favor of Relax the whole time, while RoX.KIS was already winning the fight. So this is going downhill. The experience graph shows it more as how we feel it to be 25k in favor of RoX.KIS. Now, of course, soon we can't really look at that experience graph anymore, as Spectre is going to reach level 25 soon. She is on the verge of reaching level 24. I mean, why does she still have drums? Sell the drums, get Boots of Travel, to be honest.
Yeah, it would definitely be nice for her to have the Boots of Travel. The extra stats on drums is nice, but at this point it's kind of becoming irrelevant. Maybe she just wants the extra little bit of movement speed, but yeah, I think overall pretty irrelevant item to have. But yeah, Relax now. They need to get a smoke. They need to go for a pick off. Maybe try and find an opportunity from that, but it's an incredibly hard situation. RoX.KIS basically have complete control of this game now.
I feel like a lot of it is coming down to the pick of the Beastmaster. Not like Timo L has been involved in a lot of kills, don't get me wrong.
But it doesn't do anything at this stage.
He doesn't.
Is the real problem.
He has a nice longer initiation range with the Aghanims, which is great. But they can't really initiate because they don't have the damage to take anybody down. And at this point, he is not going to do anything apart from pressing his mechanism and using the roar. His Hawk is of course still great to have. But at this point, it would be better to have a different kind of mid-hero that could be turning into more of a semi-carry, which a Beastmaster cannot do. Maybe in the next patch he can, because he's gonna get some more damage, but for the moment, no, he cannot.
Plus 6 damage.
Yeah.
Literally the best hero in the game. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like people are coming back here. Tamer, well, oh, I think they might try and base race here and then cancel the TP, but no, Spectre is just gonna... Well, they're sending everybody to try and deal with this Spectre, but
he got bored, but seriously, what can they do? He just haunts himself out. He went towards the top lane.
And now his illusions are killing them. Oh no, the Lishrak almost died.
He was forced to turn on his BKB and use an Urn straight after. That's crazy. That is just crazy. A ult will fly in, but it will miss. It's a flare, not an A ult. Well, whatever. Flares, A ults will be sent soon. Goblak has got it up. Come on, Goblak, you can do it. No?
Yeah, and the real issue now is that Relax, their only plan is to split push, and split push does not work versus Spectre lineups, and especially versus RoX.KIS's lineup, which is so good against split push. So they have to come up with a some sort of unique plan. As games go into the very late game, it's more about how your skill actual is as a team and less about the lineups, but I don't know, it's hard to say it's less about the lineups when there's a huge Spectre on one team and the Luna just cannot cut through her, because if she runs into the enemy base right now, she might just stay there, and the enemy team might not be able to evict her from it. And it looks like that's the plan right now. Nobody's going to split push fast enough to deal with this. Everybody is coming into this mid lane, other than Goblak, who is trying to sit as far back as possible just so he gets a higher AoE on his Ice Blast.
If they get an Ice Blast on one of the supports and they haunt, that support is dead.
Goodbye mid-Rax.
Goodbye mid-Rax.
There's the range Rax.
And I mean, they still, like... God, that's a bit of a miscommunication right there. They do try to go for solo, and they might be able to, but he dies. He does not have a haunt back in, so he'll just be dead for a long time. Seedoid turns on his BKB. Where was the team of solo? They just were able to nuke him down with that soul picture hitting. And Seedoid, he gets great for the moment, but it's not going to help him. He's going to die as well. That's going to be 2 dead. That is considered a bit of a throw. Now the question is, can Relax take something off the back of this fight? Because that's going to be questionable, and I don't think they can at this point.
Oh, they're going to get Yol as well. This is a big turnaround. Yol doesn't have buyback, but he's trying his hardest to make his way away. But
he does not have a teleport, though.
Yeah, he's just going to try and take a long time to die, and yeah, it's not even that long a time. Chako just TPs in. There's not much you can do as far as escaping from a global teleport hero.
Although, he does make sure that that global teleport is on cooldown, so that Chaklo cannot teleport to help push out top or bottom. And
yeah, he'll be there in just a few seconds, but even so,
you got
it's just that little bit of extra time. Yeah, okay, he actually got a ward place. That's a nice little ward to have, because it just sees where the enemy team are split pushing out, where they start to be moving. Gives you a lot of options, and Spectre, she has buyback. They had to buy back on the clockwork as well.
Can they get rid of this Aegis?
RoX.KIS could lose if they don't buyback fight this.
Yep. There he goes, buyback on the Spectre. They want to try and hunt in on this one. BKB's turned on, AO still flying, and that's going to be Shadow Demon, the first one to die. Leshrac has to run now as well. They kill the Beastmaster. Spectre is untouched and will be able to get another kill there. Actually, Invoker takes that one.
She's going to just go after everybody.
Yeah, Shackle is going to try to teleport out, but the cold snap will be there, and that's going to get a kill there as well. Triple kill for Solo. Only Luna the one to get out alive of this one, and that was just a bit greedy. The moment that you force out the teleport, the moment that they killed that Aegis, they should have ran. Or better yet, they should not have gone in when they knew that Aegis was still 30 seconds away from this expiring. They should have those times. I mean, they're a professional team after all.
Yeah, and this is the point where RoX.KIS just go, okay, the enemy base. Because RoX, they're being split pushed, but they have this Spectre who just hits so hard. The dangerous thing, though, is of course Luna, very good base breaker with Moonglaives as well as her Manta style. This is a dangerous situation for them, and yeah, they're going to have to try and TP back, so they're just going to take the mid racks. They might lose their bottom racks for this. It's going to be close. Yoki is very committed on this.
Oh,
even BKB's
he's going to die for this. He turns on his Manta. Actually, he might be able to get a kill. BKB ran out. He got the entire lane of racks. He will indeed die, but he gets... Is this worth it? He has
Yoki
got
buyback.
He has it in 50 gold, so that's close enough.
Yeah, he'll have it relatively soon, but I mean, RoX.KIS can maybe just barrel down mid. It's all about getting these lanes pushed out as fast as possible, trying to cope with the issue, and then just going for the enemy base. Because if you can force Relax to fight without their Luna, yeah, she's actually going to have buyback by the time they get there, probably. So it's a very close one. RoX.KIS, they do lose a lane of racks. Their mid racks are exposed. Their top lane didn't take too much damage, so that's nice, but they did take the enemy mid-range racks, so... Or the enemy both... They took the melee racks as well in that previous push. They just managed to take it out, so... Yeah, very close situation here. It's completely down to the wire. This is...
Oh my god, it still got a kill!
What? Oh,
I was following it and they tried so hard. Leshrac turned on his BKB, he got disrupted, and then at the last second, just as the disruption ends, comes the flare of the clockwork, and Leshrac still ends up dying. I can't believe that actually happened. Sorry for earphone users or headset users, but oh my god.
And look at the positioning from RoX right now. They're putting 3 heroes into the bottom lane. They're putting their AA, well, as far back as possible so he can Ice Blast people. And the Spectre, she's got Haunt up, so she can Haunt in. She's got another 4,000 odd gold as well. She buys another Ultimate Orb. I guess this is... What is this even for? Is it for Lincolns?
Lincolns?
If Skadi doesn't work on Diffusal,
oh, true.
I guess it must be a Manta, yeah.
Right, they're going to try and take her down, though, but let's see if they can. The Hex is going to start things off.
But what about
Here comes the losing beam. Soulcatcher up on Solo as well. Roar, they cannot help. Her team is not close by. She will haunt away. No, she'll die.
Can't haunt away. They all get hit by the AA ult. They're taking a lot of damage. They lose one person, and their
they are having one disrupted. Like, Windex is disconnected. They're going to lose their racks. Where is that pause? Is there not a pause? They're going to lose melee racks. And no pause. There is the pause. Good guy, Godlike.
Don't think he could have done much really anyway. He just got back to base, but they got all hit by that AA ult. They're forced to just wait that little bit longer. Yoki and Shaklo are stuck in the base right now, and RoX.KIS, they just took themselves another range racks on the bottom lane. They do not have buyback on the Spectre. She has more than enough gold for it, but there's no cooldown for it, so she's going to have to wait for 2.5 minutes, but the range racks is already gone. The melee racks probably will go down. It's all about whether RoX.KIS can get out with minimum casualties, though.
Yeah, and whether there is buybacks. Because if Relax die right now, they're gone. If Relax, to be honest, they have this very small chance anyway. The racks in theory were even. They got themselves a bottom lane of racks. They lost their own mid lane of racks. And they still have, Relax still has that tier 2 top standing. So if RoX.KIS wants to clear out all the racks, they first have to go through that one, which is going to take some time, especially since the illusions of Luna are helping to push that lane out. But this bottom lane of Rex is dead, and I think RoX can get away with all of their health perfectly fine afterwards, while Relax is suffering. And if they even make the slightest mistake here and go in and die,
I feel like if either team makes
GG.
a mistake, they just lose. It's so close, this situation, and it might rely on just a few small things here. The Spectre going for the Lincoln Sphere, I guess this is to deal with the disruption, because earlier she got disrupted and her own illusions beat the heck out of her. They probably did more damage than the rest of than the rest of Relax combined. So yeah, she's gonna go for that instead of a Manta style. Not as good aggressively, and you can't get out of things like silencers from it. But Relax don't have that. It'll maybe stop the Beastmaster roar, but they have like Lucent Beams. It's easily cancelled. I don't know. It's very close. I honestly couldn't call this one.
it could go either way. I would
could
put it
go
slightly in
absolutely
favor
either
of
way.
RoX.KIS though, still.
Yeah, because they still have that
Yes.
monster of a hero right now.
Oh, Tama Wild,
It
looks to
doesn't
go
look
in.
like
What's he
they'll get
doing? What are you doing, Tama Wild? Was the
Ooh,
pause not
defensive disruption keeps him alive. They're trying to buy time
communicated
for this
properly?
Rax to survive.
Well, Tama
Is the
Wild
Rax
is just
gonna
gonna
live?
fall over.
It's gonna die.
Yeah,
And now they just have to get out. They just have to get anybody out they can. BZZ survives in particular.
well, they're fine. A ulti actually is gonna fly in, but
Yeah, and
just
Relax,
force them
they
back.
can't push out.
Leshrac is in trouble.
Oh,
Nice hex up.
BZZ, careful.
Invoker, BCZ in some trouble. Are they gonna be able to do the damage? Split Earth coming out as well. The center ward goes down. They
There's a
see
detection.
him.
Alright, there's a
A
sentry.
bit late detection though, and in comes Cedo with the hookshot again. Nice disruption up on the Luna. We'll keep her safe for a little while longer, but she will still go down. And she does have buyback. She will use it as well. She needs to use it as well. Buyback also used on the Beastmaster. Another roar being used as well up on Cedo, but no
They are not
follow-up.
giving
Nice
up.
ice wall from BCZ. Nobody is coming up the hill right now.
No
And
team
actually,
is giving
nobody
any
apart from
ground
Shackle, because
right
he could
now.
just teleport in, but this team cannot get there, and he's in trouble. Forced to have into safety, but AOL will fly out, trying to hit him, won't hit him, still taking so much damage though, and will still go down. Godlak with a double kill, also got the kill on the Shadow Demon by the looks of things. Yoki in some trouble himself, but he still had a BKB, he still had the Eclipse. We'll go for Cedo, we'll get Cedo as well, while his teammates are getting picked apart. Beastmaster go down, and it's Luna that's the only one left alive. He gets hexed up. If he dies, game's over, and it looks like, oh, Satanic. Can he actually turn this around? Grave on one, in comes Leshrac as well. BCC will
seconds
go
until
down,
the
and you're teleporting out of the nick of time. But Yoki lives,
Spectre's
and
gonna
so
be
the
here in just
game
a few
goes
seconds.
on. Oh,
She's
indeed.
coming him.
There he is. Hunt in, solo, going for Yoki, the Fuzu Light as well. Should be able to get the kill. BZ coming in as well, just in case he's needed. Tornado, slow down the Leshrac, and in comes the kill. GG, well played. As Solo still picks up the Mount Style at the side shop or Relax's shop. That's gonna be RoX.KIS with another victory over Relax. But boy, this game was close. Even though the
This
kill
was
score does
down
not
to
look
the
like it.
absolute wire. This could have gone either way. If any team had screwed up, and great play by RoX there at the end. I said maybe they should just get out because their Spectre's going to be up soon enough. They probably need the buyback on her. No, they sit on the high ground there where the tier 2 used to be, and they fought forever. They really didn't want to give up the ground there because they knew the whole time that they're fighting there, they're giving more time where that Spectre's going to come up, she's going to haunt in, and she's just going to finish the game. And that's exactly what happened. So, fantastic play by them. I've got to say, Solo played an absolute game this game. He only died 3 times, and they did an aggressive tri-lane for him, and he completely carried his game in the end because he was so fat. He was virtually invincible. The only time he died, really, was when he got disrupted and the enemy team had their own Spectres.
Yeah, for sure. It's also a bit of a mix, though, because Shackle teleporting in on the high ground when his team couldn't really back him up, and him just ending up BKBing and trying to run to the low ground again kinda shouldn't have happened. But Solo coming in again would have sealed that deal anyway. We're going to see RoX.KIS again, see how well they perform up against Empire, because that's going to be our next match. We'll see RoX.KIS versus Empire, and of course, you are still watching the excellent Moscow Cup. It is a round-robin group stage where everybody faces each other once. It's 11 teams in total, so 10 games for each team. And at the end of the season, the top 4 teams move to the LAN finals in Moscow, Russia. So these teams really want to get there, and everybody still has a chance. We're going to see if Empire or RoX.KIS will take the win of the next game. Stick around. Official starting time for that match is in about 5 minutes, so you don't have to wait very long. Just enough time to get yourself a drink, and we'll see you afterwards.